Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you guys here. Today's the 7th of January, 2020. It's a Tuesday. Welcome to the show. Anyway, let's get started. Where is my charts? Hold on just a second. Get them open up here. Okay, let's start the charts right here. Let's take a look at what's going on. Peter Schiff's Bitcoin bashing says it's getting absurd. Peter Schiff is again targeting Bitcoin. His tweets are no longer based on sound logic. Some traders are using his tweets to time a rally. I'm going to tell you, Peter Schiff, I almost all the time, everything he says is based on sound logic, and he's right. But for some reason, he hates Bitcoin. He's hated it from the very start. And he's one of the biggest Bitcoin bears out there. But anyway, it's his opinion about Bitcoin. And I think that he's going to stay with it even when Bitcoin becomes massive. I wonder if there is at some point, when he will change and he'll suddenly, his opinion will change on it. Maybe when Bitcoin hits like 100,000 or maybe $250,000, I hope he's getting himself a few Bitcoins. I hope, it would be a good idea, I think. Anyway, let's take a look at what's going on here. Litecoin technical analysis. A bullish technical pattern has emerged in Litecoin. It's trading 1.5% higher today, despite mixed sentiment in the crypto sphere. We see Litecoin moving up. You could have had them for the $30 range there just a couple days ago, and now they're mid-40s and they're heading for 50. Litecoin is the right coin. Litecoin there's only 4 times as many Litecoins as there is Bitcoins. And it works off of a little bit different algorithm. Bitcoin is SHA-256. Litecoin, it runs on script, Litecoin's a great coin. Really, I've never seen anything so fast. You send a Litecoin, you push the button send, and the other person's got it like before the second is even over. That's how quick Of course, it takes maybe a minute or maybe 2 minutes to be verified in their wallet, but they get the coin like in a fraction of a second, and then like just a couple minutes passes and it's in their wallet and it's confirmed, It's fast. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin roars off the starting gate. Bitcoin roars as Bitcoin price surges to $8,100, reversing the bearish trend. So we're on our way up right now. Will it hold it? I'm going to tell you about markets. Markets, when you're in a bear market, it'll test the bottom a number of times. It'll give you more than one opportunity to buy in. Now, we saw it test the bottoms back when it was at $3,500 and $4,000. After it went all the way up to $20,000. And it dropped all the way down to like $3,500, $4,500, And it was testing a bottom. Well, I'm getting the feeling that when it broke down below $7,000 a couple days ago, it was as good a buying opportunity than when it was at $4,000. It was a similar buying opportunity. We're not going to get too many more of these buying opportunities before it really takes off. And I think my personal opinion on it is when it really takes off, we're going to know it. There's going to be no doubts in our mind. And it's going to pass its old high of $20,000. That's my personal opinion on it. It says it appears that Bitcoin bears might finally be dead. For the 4th or 5th day in a row, the leading cryptocurrency has rocketed higher, recently surging as high as $81.20, the highest price the cryptocurrency has seen in just about 50 days. Because it's been in a bottoming pattern for the last 50 days or so, This is classic. the whole thing, the whole chart where there's enthusiasm, you see the price of a commodity going up higher and higher, and people say, well, it's a new paradigm, and then what happens is it falls off, and then you get this little place where it has a dead cat bounce, and then it falls and falls and falls and falls all the way down to what's called despair. Well, that's where we were. That's when we were down at like $4,000 for Bitcoin. That's when we were in the despair part. And we've been in the despair of this bear market for a long time now. And the first few times it starts feeling to the upside, starts moving to the upside again, people are a little bit doubtful still. This is following human emotion. And that's where we're at right now. People are still I feel the same thing. I'm like a little bit doubtful. Could this be the real rally yet? I'm not sure yet. I'm a little bit tentative yet whether this is the real rally. Let's take a look at this. Let me get to the top. Where's the top of this thing? Wow. 4 signs the cryptocurrency altcoin market may have finally bottomed. And it goes through here, and it says that altcoins have retraced their cyclical lows. Many altcoins have reached their cycle low levels, which means that many of them have hit levels not seen since before the bull market of 2017, and some have even dropped to their January 2016 levels. One example is Dash. Okay? Now, the second thing they're saying here, Bitcoin is in the process of finding a cyclical low. Remarkably, the best period for altcoins is when Bitcoin makes a slow upwards grind. People tend to have Bitcoin as their safe haven and trade altcoins a bit more. However, when Bitcoin starts to turn parabolic like we saw in June 2019, altcoins are being sold for Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin decides to move downwards, people and traders sell their cryptocurrencies for United States dollars. Okay, long-term downtrend breaks to the upside. Another significant sign is the stoppage of downtrends. Some large caps have broken out of their 2-year-old downtrend, while some of them still have to break upwards. One example is Bitcoin Cash. I remember Bitcoin Cash was like $3,000. I think it was like $3,000 a piece. And now look at what you can get a Bitcoin Cash for. Incredibly, 200 and something bucks, 200 and change. You can get a whole coin. Yeah, so it says here too, total market cap eyes potential breakout after having a retest. And, I'm just going to read just a little bit of this here. A significant sign is a bounce to the green zone from the total altcoin market capitalization. This level was the support zone in 2017 before the big bull market. The level also served as support in April 2019 before the significant surge of altcoins occurred and Ethereum rallied toward $360. However, the total altcoin capitalization needs to show strength and break the downtrend. If that occurs, total altcoin capitalization could then see $80 and $125 billion as the next levels. So we're looking at $125 billion market cap for the altcoins coming up. That's what I think. I think we're going to break past that, to tell you the truth. An awful lot of money is going to be made in the cryptocurrency industry as we see this game start to disintegrate. And what game I'm talking about is the fiat monetary system. And the disintegration of the fiat monetary system is what's been driving these coins all along from the very start. It's all a confidence game. Confidence is going to be lost in the fiat monetary system. We're going to move into something called the acceleration phase. And that's the prelude to hyperinflation. We're not quite to the acceleration phase just yet. What we need to see is 50% inflation. Now, if we go to Shadow Stats, is a site that tracks the true inflation of the American economy. You know, it's probably around 15% right now, but it's going up. It's going up fast. It won't take it long to get to that 50% mark. When we hit that 50% mark, the economy is going to start to improve because the velocity of money will start to increase. It means people will start spending more. As people start spending more, it creates more jobs, it creates more businesses, it creates more service, it creates more everything in the economy. But that's the beginning of your hyperinflation. That's the acceleration phase. As we move through the acceleration phase, which can last from several months to a couple years, and in the case of the dollar, it's probably going to last quite a long period of time, the acceleration phase. The final end of that game is hyperinflation, which is a destroyer. It'll destroy the economy. Hyperinflation will. But, you know, now that I've told you guys that, you realize that hyperinflation, it just is not one of those things that suddenly appears out of nowhere. You see it coming. You see it coming from a long ways off. And the thing is it takes a couple years to get there. More than likely, it's going to take quite a little while for us to get there, and you're going to see it start to happen. This is going to act as a driver for the cryptocurrencies. So the cryptocurrencies right now are still in their infancy. This is just beginning. You all are early adopters in the cryptocurrency. How high can it go? It can quite literally absorb all of the wealth of the entire world, including the wealth of gold and silver. This is a new invention, cryptocurrencies, and I mean there's no end to how high it can go because it's based on sound fundamentals, whereas the fiat currencies, and even if they create these digital versions of fiat currencies, still fiat, and it's still based on government trust in your governments. How much trust in the governments do we have out there right now? Listen, thank you guys for listening. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys in the very next show. Bye-bye.